TV land. After much frustration, I am finally being able to stream. At least I hope I am. I have literally, I want to tear my hair out. I cannot get my microphone to work. Um, this is my DJI mic that I paid for, and it does not want to jive. So I appreciate your patience tonight because I have just about, and I'm just going over here to see I'm live and just make sure I go live before I go paint. That I was not live. All right, so now that I can see that I'm live, which is great. So there. All right, so we're live. So let's go ahead. Tonight's menu is for you today is I'm going to do a 45-minute warm-up. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, and I'm going to be doing I'll go ahead and pull this off here. I'm going to be doing this painting here. If you guys can see, sorry for the glare. So there we go. So I want to be doing this painting, or painting of this picture I took off the Eastern Shore in the Eastern Shore of Virginia. And I'm going to be using oils. I should be all set. All I have to do is put on my gloves. And there we go. Hope you guys are doing great. It's snowing outside, but it's not the fun kind of snow. It's like the wet, nasty snow. And there is hope that next Sunday that there will be a big snow event in Virginia, and maybe I can do a video of me painting out in the snow, or at least somewhere in shelter or something like that. So without further ado, I'm going to see if I can switch the camera and pray that I can switch the camera. And there we go. All right, so I'm going to set this part. Here we go. We're going to set this up. I got a timer. And so there you go. 45 minutes. In this day of people claiming that they can paint and stuff like that and do it in AI, I've got a timer, and I'm going to be painting live, and I'm just going to mess around for 45 minutes. That's it. And so if you guys want to hang out, if you're interested in doing a painting along with me in the future, I was thinking about maybe it would be cool to, let's go ahead and start this thing. Come on, start. There we go. I thought it'd be kind of cool, like, hey, paint along with me, and I'd make a website link on my website for you to, paint along with me on these, and just, provide a photo that you got to download and print or whatever. This wouldn't be a live painting. This would be like a pre-recorded thing. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and begin. I'm a little surly tonight. After all this technology stuff failing me, I just really just wanted to, throw in the towel. And this isn't the first time. This is like, I tried this last night too, and I was furious. I mean, it's like I'd gotten the DJI, I got this nice DJI, I can't even speak. I speak like Arnold. I got this nice DJI camera, and it says it will stream in 1K. And YouTube either doesn't like it, or there's something else wrong. And it's completely frustrating, to say the least, that I cannot get this thing to properly stream. And so I just said, okay, we're just going to go with the YouTube app. And then the YouTube app didn't want to work with my DJI mic. And so that was frustrating as well. So I just cannot get my stuff together today. And I'm going to try desperately not to throw F-bombs. Good thing this is not live TV. Speaking of TV, if you follow my Substack, I was on... I guess I was on Wavy TV's program It was with Chris Reckling of Wavy TV 10 on their Wavy TV Plus show. And it was it something outdoors? This is not the time. Yeah, Life Outdoors. That's it. And so I was on his new program, Life Outdoors, and talked about plein air, and that's on YouTube as well. So if you sign up for my mailing list, I have a link to that, and you can check that out. Or you can just look up Life Outdoors Wavy Plus, and it should show up. And if it's not, just then contact me. I'll send you the link. So I'm just doing a yellow ochre drawing right now. Getting in this place. Like I said, there's only going to be 45 minutes into this. And I'm kind of a little, like I said, surly because of technology just does not want to work with me today. I do not know why. It just is kind of a pain. But if you happen to be watching and you feel the need to or the desire to, and you would like to ask me a question, I do have my iPad up and I can see chat questions. So if you if the heart's content is to ask a question about anything about my painting process or anything like that, I am still in a good mood for that. I am just not in a good mood for technology that promises to work and does not work. So I'm just doing, like I said, a yellow ochre paint under drawing right now. And I'm just kind of trying to work out my composition on this. And there looks to be a little bit of a driveway, so I'm going to tweak that out a little bit. Then there's some shadows over here. And there's a house, and I've done a past painting, but I think I'm going to leave the house out for now. And the little house there, I'm going to leave that out if you can see it. So I'm going to put this in, and we're just going to work some magic a little bit. Create a little keyhole there. That's kind of what I liked about this photo when I was doing it. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool little keyhole opportunity. And I've got to get out and do some more plein air painting. There's Easton. If you're not aware what Easton is, it's the biggest outdoor plein air competition in the country. And I don't know if what I have so far is worthy of submission or not. I'm always my worst critic, and so I don't know. And then you've got to submit for those. It's a good event. It's a fantastic event, and I really do enjoy painting there. I'm going to scooch up this house a little bit, though. It's a great event, and I would like to go because I'm off on summers now. And I've been a few times before. I just would like to get in uno más, one more time. Because after, what do you say, I don't think I'll be doing too many plein air events other than Easton. I may do Annapolis. I may apply for Annapolis if there's still time. If you're not familiar with Annapolis or plein air events, these plein air events is where you travel to these places and you have a certain location and you're kind of like painting on demand, no matter the weather, rain or shine. And it gets judged at the end, kind of like chopped, but for painting. So that's a fun event. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy seeing my friends there. So yeah, it's quite a fun event. So we shall see if that works in my favor. But if you're joining me tonight, watching me paint, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And like I said, the heart's desire is to ask me a question. There is no such thing as a silly question. I'll be happy to answer. All right. So I've just kind of laid in some basic areas of where I want to paint, where I wouldn't say paint, but the composition of this. And this is smack dab in the middle, but I'm okay with that today. After everything else that's been going on, I am okay with this. This will be fine. So I hope everybody else is doing well out there. It is currently snowing in my area. I don't know where everybody else is, but it's definitely snowing in my area. And but like I said earlier in this broadcast, it's not the fun snow you want to be out and painting. It's kind of a wet mush slop, and it's not sticking to the street, which at this point isn't fun. Now, I'm going to be putting after I lay in some of this wash here, because there's a lot of grass, and I like to have a yellow ochre underneath the grass layer just to kind of keep the white canvas from showing up. So we're almost at the 10-minute mark, and all I've gotten so far is I'm drawing in some ramblings. But I'm hoping that this will go pretty fast and I can get some stuff done. And this is kind of a warm-up, so when you're painting out in the cold, I tend to slow down a little bit, and because it's freezing out there sometimes. So, all right, now that I've gotten that, we're going to go for the sky. That's the next thing I'd like to do. And, yeah, let's go for the sky. I just want to check to make sure that I'm not missing out anything here. Come on. Boy, good Lord, can I not get any technology to work with me today? So, all right, I've got my other brushes set out. So let's go ahead and get some of the sky going. We're at the 35 mark. No pressure, none at all. Yeah. And yeah, so this has kind of got falling sky over here. So that's where it's lighter at the bottom. And then it gets darker blue up towards the top. But I wanted to make sure that I at least had, you can see the mixing here. So we're gonna do this and really make a giant mess. Fun, fun, fun. Glorious mess. So right now, since I did mention it was snowing, I teach at a school. I teach commercial art, and we are under a 2-hour delay. So this will be very interesting to see if it's an actual 2-hour delay or if it's just a delay to tell us, hey, there's no school tomorrow. I don't know what to think. Pardon me. Oops, got a little bit of oil on the painting there. I mean, not oil on the painting, oil on the picture. Oil on the painting is supposed to happen. Oil on the picture is not supposed to happen. So let's just make sure that this plays good. Ooh, nobody's telling me that this is not in focus. Can I get that focus? Wow, That focus sucks. Is that really? Let me just take my hand. Okay, there we go. That's better. Wow. That was out of focus. Sorry, guys. Somebody put in the chat if I'm doing something wrong or it's not working. Don't let me go on blind here. All right, let's go ahead and let's throw in some of the foliage. And all this yellow, alizarin crimson to use up. All right, I'm at 32 minutes. No pressure. None at all. Everything's falling apart. There's no fire. Just making some observations here. You know, what was really frustrating for me yesterday was I had already started this and got the yellow ochre drawing in, only to find out at that point that the DJI was not streaming to YouTube. It said it was, but it was not. And that was totally frustrating to find out, oh man, I've already started into this painting and it ain't working. It is not working. So, but that happens, I guess. I'm trying not to knock this camera, so it is precariously not on a tripod. It is I mean, it's not on a mount, it's on a little tripod selfie stick, so this is precarious at best. So we're at just about 30 seconds. So we're gonna see if things can happen or not. So if you're tuning in, I appreciate you, even if you are the silent majority. But like I said, if you're just joining now and you'd like to ask a question, got the iPad open so I can see if there's any comments. And I'll do my best to answer. All right. Now we've got to get the lawn. And let's see what we can get done here. Let's gotta go lighter. Come on. Oops, painting sliding a little bit. And get some more yellow ochre in there. maybe next time. Oh, here we got a question. Very different green so far. Yeah, one of the things that I like to do is not use a tube of green. I like to mix my own greens. That way they stay in harmony. I've seen a lot of disasters from my students when they whip out a tube of green and mix it in, or they don't even mix it in. They don't even harmonize it with the mud, and it just doesn't harmonize with anything else, and it looks like rainbow vomit. So yeah, I, as a habit, find that if I mix my own greens, then the chances are that they harmonize. All right. See if I can get. There's some shadows over here, so I'm going to have it creeping over here. I think I'll include, there's a little bit of a box. I think I'll include that over there, maybe right here. That might be fun. But the rest of it I'm going to probably leave out, so. And we're at 26 minutes. Not a lot of time. Add a little bit of warmth in there. Maybe a touch of white. I still don't like that. Almost needs like a gray or something, but let's see here what I can mix. Now, one thing I find out when mixing with my greens is that if I mix with some different yellows, that helps some get the variation with the greens, but without completely going way off base, if that makes sense. Let's throw in a little bit of this mud here that I've got. We're going to throw in a little bit of that. And then go a little bit stronger. Okay, I got 24 minutes. This is the fun part that I like, is like when I can really kind of start to get juicy with the painting, but not too juicy. I do want to keep a little bit of variances, but we're going to try to keep things different. I may have to go back in, but we're going to get to this house, this yellow house. Oops, sorry about touching the camera. Where's my yellow? Okay, there you go. It's always at the bottom. Always at the bottom, isn't that the way? Here, let's scrape up this, make some room. put that down there. Come up with a new some more yellow here. And if you'd like to know what kind of paints that I use, I pretty much almost use exclusively when it comes to oil painting, Gamblin. Just, I like the consistency of it, but by no means am I sponsored by them or endorsed by them. It's just my preference, and it works. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go with a little bit smaller brush now, although I probably would help if I did go with a bigger brush. It's just making sure that my streaming is working. Okay, yep. Stream looks to work. All right, let's go ahead and do a little mixy mix. Oh, I need some more white too, but I think I can get by here with a little bit of that. This is this really cool white here that I'm digging. Let's just see if I can, there, this old white. Yeah, I want to make my white, not white, my yellow. Sorry guys. Well, low on caffeine and frustration has been prominent today with all the microphone faux pas. Just to want to pull my hair out and scream with all the technical frustrations of just trying to get on here. I've been wanting to try and get on since 8 o'clock. And here it is, much later than that. So, if you like this and you like what I'm doing here, if you'd like to see more of this, maybe on a more frequent basis, let me know. Kind of like this idea of just, having 45 minutes to belt something out. Trial by fire, trial by fire. Let's throw a little bit of mud in there. Oh, too much. Let's scoop that up a little bit. There we go. And we're going to scrape some of that off and put it over here a little bit. There we go. Yeah. We're going to add a little bit of more white. There we go. Get that worn yellow look. We only have 20 minutes. I don't know, guys. This is looking pretty scary. It's not look good for me, does it? Probably not. Let's go a little bit darker here. So we're going to throw this over here. And we've got that brown roof, which the mud is actually working in its favor. I don't know. I think I'm going to make a decision to make it a little bit lighter, though, in blue, a little bit blue. Yeah, I don't like the brown. It's got to be lighter than that. Let's go. Yeah, I like that better. Feels a little bit more rustic against the yellow. I could go darker, but I just don't. I don't like it. There. And this is where I could probably get away with putting the other house a little bit darker there. Maybe would be better brighter. I don't know. We'll see. So. All right. So we have another question. They go through all a scary period right now, but I've seen a number of your vids, and I'm very much like what you do. Scary. We all go through a scary point. Okay. I appreciate that you like my videos. I'll be honest with you, it's been nerve-wracking. I don't always feel like I'm the best on video, and especially having to go on to the live TV. We're gonna make a pink house. Um, Having to go on to live TV, I just, boy, I want to be able to, how do you say, speak and not say but I always end up doing. This time I didn't do so bad, so whenever I do get, um, there I gotta say again. Whenever I do have the opportunity to go on TV, I try to take up to go on TV because I know it's a challenge, and it'd be better for me to conquer my insecurities about video and being on and working on my web presence. And not web presence, my TV presence, if you will. So yeah, there we go. I like the pink house. All right, we're at 17 minutes. No pressure. Like I said, this is kind of a warm up for me to just kind of practice. Um, but these are fun. No pressure here. I think it's always good to put yourself under some kind of pressure to develop your skill. Okay, let's see here. All right, now we're going to go into the shadows for the house. Oh man, it's already 16 minutes. Good Lord. This is crazy. I think I really have thrown myself under the bus for this one by far. Yeah, I definitely feel like I have thrown myself under the bus, and this is not going to turn out pretty. But, if you don't challenge yourself, from time to time, you're never sure what you're really capable of. So, and it's not the end if I don't finish this, but I definitely would like to. If anything, it just, it's like a drill. It's a drill practice trying to make sure that I can still paint, especially quick draws. Quick draws are, if you haven't heard of my quick draws are very stressful. You literally have, I'm going to switch to a different paintbrush. You have 2 hours to paint. And it's stressful. Oops, sorry guys for the jiggle on there. But yeah, you only have 2 hours, and it can be a complete, ball of nerves. And the last one was not very good for me. I don't think it was good for anyone really at that event, but I will not say what event that was. There were some unfortunate things that happened. Just people didn't follow the rules. I mean, how hard is that? You have 2 hours to paint to do a painting from life. If you fail, okay, big deal. But unfortunately, some people took it upon themselves to not follow the rules, which is just bizarre. And then, nothing was done about it, which is even more bizarre. But, what do I know? I'm just a school teacher. That's it. All right, I've got 13 minutes. No stress, right? So, let's see if I can get these awnings in. That would be great. And, wow. And let's see if I can get the other part there. Okay. Kind of works a little bit. Need to pop a little pink there. It didn't go out as long. Then, let's see here. Which one should I go? I'm switching brushes here so I can try and get stuff in. 13 minutes. Man. No stress, right? No stress at all. Okay, let's go back to white so I can get that porch. That porch is really cool. It's just nothing but... Okay. And then we're going to use my friend, my little friend. I don't know if it's that wide, but good enough. And we'll just put a little bit of poop on this. There. And there's a little bit of white there, so we're gonna add some details there. The palette knife. There. And then of course there's the under part of the house, which, I don't know. There. And I did say I was going to add a little bit here, so we're going to do this with the palette knife while I can. And I forgot to do the right there, and let's go see if I can squeeze in that shadow. I feel like one of those musicians with all the, make sure I'm not missing any other comments, musicians that are playing the guitar, the drum, the harmonica all at one time. Oh, 10 minutes. Gee, what could possibly go wrong in 10 minutes? There. And then the telephone pole. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me drop some of these windows in shadows. And then put in some of the windows. All right. Gotta have a little bit more yellow. Clear my brush. And there's some steps here. Put those right there. And it's a little dark right there, so. And I got this oil can. I really want this oil can in here, and I'm willing to sacrifice not finishing if I don't get that oil can in, but it's there, and I want it in. I really want it in. And a little bit of pink on the top. And then it's a little grayish, darker right there. Yeah, I really want that oil can. Now I need my, come on. It needs to be brighter than it. Come on. Okay, and another one right there. And it probably could be a little bit darker, but we'll see what I can get done. This is the fun part. I only have 8 minutes. No panic, right? None at all. And what's the worst that can happen? I just don't finish in time. But I do want to finish, or at least not finish. I just want to have a good start to help warm up so when I go do my plein airs, I'm not rusty. That's really kind of one of my goals, is not to be completely rusty on this stuff. Fun times. Oh, I gotta put the steps stairs. Oh, how'd that red get in there? See if I can fix that. There, that's a little bit better. And oops, sorry for the door thing. All right. So, let's see here. Telephone pole? Yes, we're going to do the telephone pole because I'm a glutton for punishment. And there is a shadow behind it. Let's go a little bit darker. There. Then there's this white cable box thingamabob, which I don't know. There will be a part 2. I want to see how you go from the dark blue shadow. Maybe, okay, that's a great idea. Maybe there'll be a part 2. I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. Maybe to just kind of come in there and, but I just kind of wanted to have a big jolt to say like, hey, let me put myself under some pressure here, because I definitely feel like I'm not up to standards. So, and it's been a while since I've done these videos, so I appreciate you all hanging out with me and listen to me rant and rave about technology not working and anything else. Here, we're going to put that there. 5 minutes, we're going to put a little bit of stuff in there. All right, let's get the blues in here. Now, there was a house back here, but I'm not getting it in time, I don't think. Because I really do need to get the trees, but I could at least try to insinuate something, maybe. We'll see. It's got to be a little bit in the distance. Yeah, that is not in the distance. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Now I just got to figure out the roof. A little bit lighter there. You know, it's not perfect, but remember, I'm painting under pressure here. You know, that's all that can be done there. And all right, I got 4 minutes, so I'm about to use my build and destroy tool. Where are you? Here we are. Is this the good one or the bad one? It feels like the bad one. Feels like the good one. All right, folks, are we ready for carnage? Are you? I am. I'm totally ready for carnage. Let's make some carnage. Let's do some damage. All right. And there we go. Smooth out a little bit. Only 3 minutes left. Less than 3 minutes left. I misspoke. All right. Let's get a little bit of blue in there and just try to clear out this a little bit. Get a little bit more white. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should there be a part 2 to this? Or should we just go on and make something else? I'm open for suggestions, as long as it's fun. Okay. I got need a smaller brush. Smaller brush, where are you? All right, we'll try the flat. See if I can make this work. And we need my palette knife because I want to have some telephone wire or whatever the wire thingamabobom is going down the side there. Yeah, that looks good. And let's go off to the side. We'll have that railing in the back. Only a minute left. There. And some other stray junk right there. Okay. And can we do some lines here? I don't know. Well, that's a little bit too heavy-handed, so we'll see. Scrape it away. There. Let's see what I can do with this. Maybe something, a little texture in there. That's all I'm looking for, really. I did want to kind of carve that down a little bit. There. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, it needs a shadow underneath. Only 30 seconds left. This is going to have to be right. Okay, cut that away. Okay, where are we at? 19 seconds. No stress at all. There we go. No stress at all. We got 10 seconds. Oh, yeah. All right. 3, 2, and 1. There. Okay. There you go. I'm stopping, folks. All right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm putting in the code so I can kind of see. There we go. Stop. All right. So there we go. 45 seconds of chaos. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Jesse. And let's see here. Let me just turn this around. If I can turn this around, and I'll move it. So actually, I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, there we go. So 45 minutes of work. This is a 9x12. This was the photo that I took. So kind of give you an idea. Of course, there's details that I did not get in, but thought I got a solid block in there. So yeah, not too bad. All right, let me change this around. So there we go. So you guys can see I'm a real person. I'm a real boy. Felt so good to kind of get this done and out, despite the technology issues. Yeah, if anybody has any suggestions on how to get the DJI and my Action 4 to work with a live YouTube stream, I'd appreciate it. Just to let you guys know before I sign off, if you go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, that's where you get all the new work. I mean, really, that's everything I do is posted on there. Forget the social media. That's it. That and YouTube. I just don't have time for any of the other socials, so I'm really neglecting them on purpose. So I appreciate you guys following me. Just want to let you know, since we're at the end, sorry for the camera move there. I've been awarded a grant to paint Virginia Beach in plein air and do other drawings of people and places, of historical things and things that are going to be soon demised, and just kind of document it, kind of like an artist journal. And so I'm going to be doing that this year, and most of it's going to be on YouTube. And so I'm just waiting for the money to come in. So I can get a new computer, get another camera. I've got one of my students who's willing to help out video this. So I'm really excited about that, and other things to come as well. And this Saturday coming up, yeah, the 14th, no, the 13th, no, the 14th, hopefully it doesn't snow. Um, but the 14th, I have two pieces in my good friend Mark Miltz's solo show in Suffolk. And what's really cool about this is there's not many places where we can actually show our figurative work, the work that I do at the Norfolk Drawing Group. I can't show it on YouTube because they would get banned. Okay, it's just naked people, figure drawing, academic, and unfortunately, YouTube's a little sketchy on that, and so you guys won't ever get to really see any of my work there. But if you go to the show or you go to my website, that's really all you can do to. And of course, if you sign up for my mailing list, then you can see all my figurative work because there's no throttle on that. So once again, I'm going to end this short. Thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all, and I will see you soon. And please give me feedback either through here or contact me through my website. Did you like this? And if you like these little mad dashes of paint, then, I'll do more. So you guys have a great night. I hope everything is good. Happy holidays. Don't stress out too much. Enjoy your family and be kind to each other. All right. Have a good one.